So, Ramadan is over. The celebrations have wrapped up, and now, well, now things might feel a little different. A little heavy, maybe? That amazing spiritual high you were on seems to have vanished, and if you're being really honest, it's a struggle to keep up. And that struggle can lead to a really tough question that just keeps nagging at you.
Oof. And that one can hit hard, can't it? You get caught in this cycle of guilt, thinking that your lack of motivation now somehow cancels out all the hard work you just put in. But what if I told you that feeling isn't a sign of failure at all? What if it's something else entirely?
That's it right there. That feeling, it actually has a name. And just knowing that can be a huge relief. You're not losing your faith, your deen. You're just running on empty after a month of intense spiritual effort. So let's actually dig into what that really means.
Okay, so what is this feeling? It's something so many of us go through, but we almost never talk about it. And putting a name to it is the first step to really understanding it.
I absolutely love this analogy. Just think about it. Your soul spent the entire month of Ramadan sprinting. You were pushing your limits, praying, reading, giving. It was a marathon. So of course, after you cross that finish line, you're going to need time to recover, right? You wouldn't expect a marathon runner to get up and run another 26 miles the next day. So why do we expect that from our own souls?
So do any of these sound familiar? Maybe your prayers feel more like a heavy chore than a moment of peace right now. Or you open up the Quran and nothing. The words just aren't hitting you the way they did a few weeks ago. That spark feels gone. Hey, recognizing this isn't about judging yourself. It's about diagnosing the problem so you can start to heal.
All right, so if the problem is burnout, the answer isn't to just push harder. That's not going to work. The answer is to rest smarter. I know, that can feel totally wrong, almost like you're giving up. But let's tackle that idea head on.
This right here is so important. Let me say it again. Rest is not a sin. It's okay to take a step back and recharge. Our tradition teaches us that Iman, our faith, it goes up and down. It ebbs and flows. That's natural. The real key is to rest in a way that keeps you connected, not totally adrift. So how on earth do we do that?
This is such a brilliant way to picture it. Your Iman, your faith, is like a boat. Sometimes it's sailing full speed ahead, the wind is at your back. Other times, the sea gets choppy and the boat rocks and slows right down. That's just part of the journey. But your 5 daily prayers, your fard, that's your anchor. Even when your boat feels like it's dead in the water, that anchor makes sure you don't drift away completely. So whatever you do, hold on to that anchor.
Okay, so once that anchor is down and you're secure, the next big step is to change your own expectations. How you measure spiritual success during Ramadan is totally different from the rest of the year. It's time for a major mindset shift.
And this table just lays it out so clearly. During Ramadan, the focus was on quantity, right? Hundreds of verses of Quran, maybe those 20 units or rak'ahs of the special night prayers. But after Ramadan, the focus has to flip to quality. So instead of 20 rak'ah, maybe it's just 2 that are full of sincerity. Instead of constant dhikr or remembrance, maybe it's just 2 really focused minutes after the Fajr morning prayer. See, it's not about how much you do anymore. It's all about how you do it.
Just think about the power in that for a second. Instead of feeling guilty because you didn't read a whole chapter of the Quran, just find one verse, that's it. One single verse that speaks to your heart. Read it, think about it, let it really sink in. That one sincere moment can be more powerful and nourishing than rushing through 100 verses without any presence of mind.
And this is a truth we all need to remember. Servants get tired. Servants have limits. Servants need rest. That's just part of being human, and Allah is the one who designed us this way. When we try to act like machines that never need a break, we're actually going against the very nature He created us with.
And look at how simple recharging can be. It isn't some separate, complicated thing. It can be an act of worship all on its own. I mean, going to bed early with the pure intention of being fresh for Fajr, that's a beautiful act of devotion. Or just taking a walk outside, looking at the trees and the sky and feeling awe for what Allah has made, that is a form of remembrance.
So as we bring this all together, the path forward is really about self-compassion. It's about sincerity. It's about giving your soul the permission and the space it needs to just breathe.
If you take away only one thing today, please let it be this. We can get so caught up in thinking that our spiritual struggle has to look like constant, draining, exhausting work. But our true worth in Allah's eyes, it's not about how tired we are. It's about the sincerity in our hearts, whether that's in a huge act of worship or a tiny, quiet moment of connection.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. Let's forget the guilt from yesterday and the anxiety about tomorrow. Just for today. What is one small, kind thing you can do for your soul? Maybe it's reading that one verse. Maybe it's taking that walk. Or maybe it's just making a simple prayer for ease. Whatever it is, I want you to know, it is enough.